Okay, that was our trip quite much. Unfortunately, my old computer didn't uh, put all the footage in the final video. Some of the last one was missing. So I was thinking to take this opportunity and also tell you about a few words about the trip in the Grand Canyon. First of all, I want to say thank you, Ben. Thank you all the crew, all the team members in the trip. You were awesome. You had, I had so good company with you, and you saved my ass many times. It was definitely the trip of the lifetime, and yeah, if you sometime get the opportunity that somebody is asking you to trip like this, you should definitely say yes. And but you have to have the skills, of course. Uh, Life is too short, so I think it's nice to live with life with full speed sometimes and have some lifetime experiences. It's 2 months already from the trip, and I'm still stoked. Yeah, that's so nice. Our experience wasn't so good before the trip. We had about a little bit more than 3 years experience with backrafting and a lot of trips. But the thing is that we had these new boats. Only we got those just before the trip. We went paddling couple of times in the lakes, just getting know the raft, and also we went training in the one rapid section in Jyväskylä a few times. But it was actually the first time we have a trip when we have a fully loaded raft, and we were sleeping multiple nights in the river. So I didn't really know how this raft acts when it's so full of stuff there. I have been paddling the lake when it's fully loaded, but the river is, of course, every time a different thing. So you may saw that we were struggling with the self rescue in the first days, and the raft was upside down. We couldn't throw it into over, and we had a lot of troubles there. But after a couple of days, uh, some team members helped us and they did teach us the thing how to roll the boat differently. But I'll tell you a little bit more about that later. Our goals for the trip was I had personally three goals. First of all, I wanted to get alive and no injuries, and I wanted to everybody to be okay in the end because it's a big rapid as you saw, big rapids, big success. Then second point was I wanted to have a really nice time, a trip of the lifetime, check. And the third thing was to improve my skills to the next level. And yeah, I did that definitely. Usually, when I have been in the river, we had a backpack in the front here. So we had only just some rapids when we did take the backpack off and go playing to the rapid. And for example, for one big trip, it could be that we had like 10 minutes big white water. In this kind of trip, we were there 12 days and it was many hours every day. So we got so much experience in that trip. I have few advices if you want to improve your skills, if you're a backrafter and you want to also pop up the next level. Uh, First thing it's the gears you have. Yeah, you need good gears to get some levels up. For example, you want to have the tie straps on the raft because when you're mounted to the raft, you can lean and move your body more, and then you can really just go better lines and really have a good control of your boat. And the second thing is you want to have the tie chip on the back, because then you can put all your gears inside the raft and it helps you so much. You have a better view over the raft, and it's much easier to handle because your weight balance is so low here. If it's up here, it's really tippy, and also the self-rescue with fully loaded big backpack in the front is really difficult. It could be even impossible to do without putting your feet in the bottom of the lake or river. So I have a couple of advices, and these apply to other things also. If you have some other hobbies, some of these advices. The number one is so general advice in everything. If you want to improve, you have to listen people. You have to be open-minded and not think that I can do this. I know how this works. No, usually you don't know, and you want to listen people what they are telling. Then we have YouTube these days. There is a lot of videos there. You can learn so much stuff by watching backrafters, but also kayakers, because they are like the big brothers for us. The kayaks behave a little bit different, and there is different things, but basically they have the whitewater safety and things what we need to learn. Then it's to ask people. If you don't know something, you just ask and ask different things, and then you start learning things. But be open-minded and don't think that you're already good, because then you're not usually good. Then the second advice is find yourself a good crew. If you have backrafters who are better than you, then you can learn a lot of things from them. So I have been really lucky. I have known Jeremy. I have been watching Jeremy going all the time, and he has been my idol. So I have learned a lot of things from him. He has also saved my ass a couple of times. Then in this Grand Canyon trip we had so much good paddlers. So in the start I said to them that, or the couple of the people there, that if you can see something I'm doing wrong, please tell me, that then I can learn. And it's so 12 days you can learn so much things if you listen and watch what everybody else is doing. Yeah, but find a good crew. It's the second advice. Third is train and train, because as I said, if like our trips in the wilderness, you don't usually want to take risks there too much. So if there is a bigger rapids, we maybe portage it or whatever. And the time in the big water, it could be like just a few minutes, as I said before, in the one long trip. But if you know some river and there is nice rapids, you can go training there. Go with kayakers, other backrafters, have fun, get used to the element of water, swim a lot, and do it like hours and hours, and go surfing, swim, and that's the way to learn stuff. And the training includes also safety training, not only the whitewater basic skills. You need to train safety, and you have to train safety with your crew, and you have to do it every time when you're on your trip. And it's really fun to learn those safety things and have workshops and just train. It's really fun. And what I learned last year is the swimming. That if you go to a rapid and you want to paddle it down, you have to think first, could I swim that rapid? If you can't swim it, in my opinion, you shouldn't go there. And when you swim those big rapids, you get the self-confident. You know that if you're capsizing, you can swim, you can rescue yourself. So it helps you a lot. And when you get rid of the fear, everything gets better. And the rescue training, there is, for example, rescue 3 courses. You can take. Me and Katja are going to take that after a couple of months in Slovenia. Okay, I promised you to show you the trick how to make the self-rescue and how to turn the raft. And there is basically like two options. Number one is that your raft is empty, there's nothing inside the tubes, and the second one is that you're fully loaded and there's heavy gears inside here. So the raft acts a little bit different. When you have an empty raft, you can just swim there in the side of the raft and you toss it over and climb on. It's working really nicely. But when it's fully loaded, it's really difficult to turn over because all the time you're pushing it, it comes back. And the trick for here is that I think you should always use this thing so it becomes to be your team. Imagine this raft is upside down. Of course I should be upside down also, but I'm not so flexible. So you have to take from the tie straps, and that's the way to turn the raft. Like this goes in the video. So basically you're taking from here. You can, if you have short hands, you can swim under the raft. But the thing is here is this is my right hand. It's the part of the raft which is more far away. I would be swimming like this. So I'm not lifting the raft up. I use my right hand and pull it to my direction and a little bit lift from the left hand like. And believe me, that works. You don't need much strength, you don't need long arms. It's quite easy maneuver to make. So learn that one. Then when you have a fully loaded raft, it's easy to climb on the raft. There is basically a couple of different ways to do it. This self-rescue is a better raft, easier raft to do it. You can just swim here, for example, take first from here, the first tie strap, then reach for this one, and then I have to have my legs lying back straight on me, so I get the balance here and I jump on the top of this, and you have to do it fast. When the raft is empty and there is nothing inside, the problem is all the time you're going here, it capsizes back down, and after three times you maybe are out of power and you can't do it anymore. So the trick is there, you have to put your chest on the raft. You have to be really quick, and if you can get your chest in this other side really fast, then you're like halfway done. Have your legs straight, come really fast, try to be as much down as possible. And if you have rapids, you have to be also quick. Go sitting down fast in the rapid, check your paddle, start paddle that you don't capsize again. If you have time, put the tie straps back on, but if you don't have, just go without the tie straps and wait for the bigger waves are over. I have also a couple of tips if you're going to the Grand Canyon. People are asking if self-bailer is good for there. I said yes it is, it's maybe the best option. If you can put enough clothes under your dry suit, you're warm. It's fast to make self-rescue, and you don't have to empty the water from the raft all the time. Narwhal is really wide, big tubes, really a lot of balance. It helps you in the big wave. Yeah, it's good raft in there. And I have a tip about the tie chipper. In Grand Canyon you get the water all the time in the chipper when you're in the camp. So before you close it, you need to clean it. And the best tool to clean it is a toothbrush. So take your old toothbrush with you. And you want to clean all the lubricant away from the tie chip, because the lubricant is is getting all the dirt inside it. Clean the lubricant away with a toothbrush. Then you can have a small clean cloth and you can clean with that one the tie chip. And when you clean it enough, there's a little bit lubricant on the cloth, and that's usually enough for putting to the tie chip. Clean it every time you close it, really careful, and don't use the lubricant much. I can tell you a little bit also here about the future plans. So it's now the 2nd day of March, and there is already into April, the end of April, there is a European Backraft meeting. Then I think it's 23rd of May is Swedish Roundup. I'm going to go to both of those. Or actually it's not the Swedish Roundup, it's in Sweden, but it's the first Nordic Roundup. So there is going to be a lot of people around Nordic countries and also from far away countries. But the next thing is what I'm going to learn is rolling. Immediately when the ice go off on my local lake, I'm going to go there training how to roll Backraft. I saw Jeremy doing a nice roll with my self-bailer, so it's doable. I just need to train it. And usually the rolling is not good option in the Nordic countries because we have a shallow rivers with a lot of rocks. So if you're playing there head down, you're going to get a lot of hit. And it's so much easier usually. The rapids are short, just make a self-rescue. Yeah, it's faster and usually safer way to get back on the boat. But when you have a lot of water, you can make rolling and you can show off to your friends. That's why I'm going to train it. Yes. But let's see you in the next trip.
I'm new around here. They don't pay me much to help you there. You don't want for me to see your private messages came to me. There'll be times for you to see I'm around to help you with things that you can't seem to figure out. Almost forgot your ticket's closed. That's an error in someone's code. Almost forgot that you can't see. We're gonna fix that thing in version 3. There'll be times for you to see I'm around to help you with things that you can't seem to figure out. No, you can't seem to figure out. True love in version 3. True love in version 3. There'll be true love in version 3. And everyone will like you. Everyone will seem to like you. Everyone will like you. True love in version 3. Everyone will like you. Everyone will like you. With true love in version 3. This true love in version 3. You're trending. There's a poem, a face in the crowd. You don't seem to wanna work it out. There'll be times for you to see